speaks. We have, you see all these tables here. So we have all these Guru Granth Sahib handwritten, we have procured from India. And these are the original ones which were written at the time of the Gurus, or some dictated by the Gurus. So I can read you. We have one handwritten Guru Granth Sahib, which has a artwork done on pages with the gold and the other colors, which you will see. And it's written by Pai Mani Singh, who we every day remember in our ardas, who was cut limb by limb. It's with his handwriting, this Guru Granth Sahib is written. And the second we have Sri Guru Granth Sahib, which is a small handwritten traveling Guru Granth Sahib, which they used to use it when they were in the jungles, they were hiding, so they will still read Guru on the horseback. So it's a small handwritten pages, but now they have put the outline, little paper around, so it doesn't, because paper is very old, it's falling apart. And then the third one we have the Dasam Granth, the Banis of Guru Gobind Singh. That also has pages wherever the new shlok starts. They have all that artwork done on that with the gold and the different colors. It's a beautiful artwork. And that was also written by Pai Mani Singh Ji. And then the other one we have is a Guru Bilas, Pasha Chhemi, Guru Hargobind's life story, which he dictated, and it's very well known in the Sikh history. The Pade Mukh, it's called as Guru Bilas Pasha Chhemi Pade Mukh Wali. That was a man, Pada Mukha, he wrote it. And he heard from Guru Hargobind, from whatever he told him, dictated him. And then we have another Janam Sakhi, the stories, life stories of Guru Nanak, Bala, and that was written by, no, this is written by who? By Kavi Sohan Singh, Kavi Sohan Lal. And then we have another stories, Janam Sakhi is written by Bihari Das. It's stories of Guru Gobind Singh. And Guru Gobind Singh met him in Lakhi Jungle when he left Anandpur Sahib. When his Sikhs ordered him, you must leave Anandpur Sahib fort and we will fight for you. And then he was in the those jungles where he wrote that Shabad, Mitar Pyare Nuhal Muridan da Kahna. That time Bihari Das met Guru Gobind Singh, and whatever Guru Gobind Singh told him, and he has written those stories. They all are handwritten. And then we have a complete Guru Granth Sahib, 130 pages in 1 inch, 1430 pages, 1 inch of size, which was done in Germany. And they made it the microfilm, and then they kind of shrunk that. And then we have the most precious thing, the Hukamnama written and signed by Guru Gobind Singh with his own handwriting. And this Hukamnama he sent to the Sangat to come on Diwali Gurdwara. And it was, Hukamnama was written when he formed the Khalsa, the first Amrit ceremony was done. And then he called the Sangat to come, and he has sent this Hukamnama means the order, message. So he has sent to the Sangat of Goindwal to come for Diwali and bring 4 tolas. Tola is that the weight of gold. And bring 4 tolas of gold, but that time the messengers or the masants, they used to call them, they used to go and collect money from the different areas of Sangat, and they became so corrupt, they will keep some money and bring some money. So the Guru didn't trust them, so he said, whenever you send the gold, it is written in that, send as a hundi, like a registered. And don't send with anybody's hand, and if you come yourself, bring in your own hand, and he's signed by Guru Gobind Singh. So after Gurdwara, when you will take prasad and you all can come there, and we have a card put before that, and then there will be seva there to explain you if you have any questions. And we have many, many more things. which are being preserved. When they are all done, then maybe we can have one time a whole Sikh museum, and then we put it on display so people can have darshan. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
20 years we have done nothing but collect relics. The idea is not to collect them. Idea is to give participation. Psychologically it is very effective. Give participation to our future children who shall not understand what was the time then. And with a deep understanding, if you want to look at certain things, they are rare, cannot be reproduced even. But victim of everything is the downfall of the devotion and corruption of the people who are the custodian of those things. This morning I was looking after a statue, a Maitreya, which is Buddhist highest statue which they worship. And I was laughing because the thieves never wanted to damage it, so they went one side and tilted the base and then stuck it over. And must have removed it because it has its original rubies, original emeralds, and the classification is very perfect. It weighs about over 2 pounds, just holding it. It's not the statue is of copper, it's not that. But if you look at the detail, how much detail was done to make it symbolic, it will show you something which you can't even understand today. Today you can't sit and even work that way. However, all that things are not being shown to you at all. It will be only put in the archives. And first of all, the museum has to be strong enough that it cannot be blown open or it cannot be entered without proper guards. There are things which we cannot afford even to bring out. Not practical, not possible, it will be not right act. So bear with me that curiosity, sometimes I want to see them too, and I can't. I think we have to have special vault made for displaying of jewelry, which is highly artistic and extremely well done. And moreover, we are preserving anything from the ancient. I am going to go today to negotiate for a watch, which they call it old railroad watch, and the man was explaining to me. We had little different on price, but I think we'll buy it today. We gave him bad time yesterday. So I thought it's better to quit, not to be with him anymore. But it totally amazed me how the mechanism at that time and how strength was added to things, which we can't even reproduce today. And my only feeling is that after a while, our future generation will never know there was a watch with 21 ruby jewels and it could be timed and timed out, and that watch has a guarantee that for 6 months it will not make 1/100th of a second difference. And it's usable for very rough rail. It was first official railroad watch, etc., etc. Idea is not to have a watch. There can be $10 Timex watch you can have. It gives a better time than anybody can think of. But just to let our generations know that before them there was art in everything. I have a letter opener of Tsar Russia, which he used himself. It is Fabergé. If you look at the art of it, you can't believe that there can be a letter opener that costly, that artistic, and that good. So I mean to say, there are things done, and those things were done in those golden days, which will not be here. Because now we are entering space age and we are spaced out, and everything will be spaced out with it. So we would like to face the fact, as Sangat has done a great job to build this Gurdwara where we're sitting and enjoying the congregation of the Guru. Similarly, one day with the total national strength of ours, we'll build a Sikh museum here where we can very properly, scientifically preserve and display. We have a temple sword of Japan. It is the only sword which has ever left Japan temple. The tragedy of it is that we can't display it. To display it now, there's so much paraphernalia required. If you understand the ivory case of it and the carving and the entire story of the temple carved on it, you require about 2 hours to look at it. It's not something you can just have a glance and walk away from it. So what I'm asking is that there's a lot being done behind the curtains to prepare to leave the heritage intact, complete and perfect to you and to your generations to follow. You may like to see it as a priority or not, I don't know. But that is what is going to live. This body of me, you and your ego, 3 things will die. Body will die, I will die, ego will die. What will live will be what is done here for the grace of God and Guru. So, I'm very sorry. Some time ago my dog Golden died. He died, what he left behind is his memories. And the only memory he left behind now is that when he was alive, there was no fruit which can fall on the ground and not eaten. And the other memory was that he will take the pit in it and spit it at a very long distance. Those 2 things he used to do. But now when I go around, I see all fruit sitting on the ground and some of it rotting. That day I ordered, I said, there's no golden now anymore, please pick them all. I don't want them to spoil the base of the trees. I never used to see apricot, an apple or any, even when the cherries were very overloaded, and one time some wind came and cherry tree fell, within 2 hours he cleaned the ground. Though he was uncomfortable for 3 days later, but he finished every little cherry. And to eat a cherry and spit the pit is quite a treat. And he did it so perfect, I couldn't believe it. So, sometime now we need a man force to clean all that area, whereas one dog should do to all. Things are things, memories are memories, deeds are deeds, and that's all it is all about. These relics which have been collected has come to us, we knew them in India, and there's a one Sri Guru Granth Sahib, which it means it has taken from the very SGPC office, because at what time I did pay for the recuperation and repair of all possible relics, and that was done in London. I can recognize the work. So we are also trying, in case from the library certain relics have been stolen and some people for the sake of greed want to sell them, we can buy them and keep it here for the Sangat which will be tomorrow, and they will enjoy them too. These are things are very great reverence, and we respect them because they represent those great vibrations of those great men who were there before us, and for their sake we know the path. That is the criteria to which we respect very much. That was as far as this is concerned. I was late today because we have developed some international problem. I had to handle it. And I was very glad that you covered me by kirtan. And you will have the time. But the subject I am going to talk to you about today is very simple. Let us first tune in and put our soul, mind and heart at Guru's feet. Teri mere da bolna, tud aage ardas, Guru, Guru, Vaheguru, Guru Ram Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. In our life, whatever we see with eyes. Eyes play a very important role in our feelings, in our dealings, in our attitude, in our aptitude, in our projection, in our thinking, in our honesty, in our dishonesty, in our actions and reactions. But these eyes are greatest teacher. They are there, right? Between them hangs our nose, which supplies the breath of life, and they are the light which supplies us the information, very distinct and dimensional. But when we are young, we don't understand, we don't care, but at the age of 40, we start understanding differently. Either we are nearsighted or we are far-sighted. So we started having eyeglasses to either look at distance or look near. Reading glasses we call them, or sight glasses we call them. It depends how your eyes are. Then life changes a little further and you cannot hide your weakness that you can't see. Then you put your glasses bifocal. If you look down, you can read them. If you look distance, you can see it. Is that true what I'm saying? Or you have gone totally unattentive and uncaring to even care to learn from those little eyes and the eyeglasses? You do things when you are forced to do. That is corrupt. You do things which you should be needing to do. Every good man must have his tools before he is proven fool. That's the law of life. Every man must have emotions, feelings controlled before he is declared neurotic. Every man must have discipline in their actions and reaction before he is declared corrupt. Every man is declared to see his bank balance and his balance sheet before he has to go under chapter 7 or 11. Don't bring tragedies to you. If you are one step ahead of daily routine and every day you balance your day, then there will be not a moment in life where you can even imagine trouble. Because when you are not in trouble, there are thousands of people who can help you. When you are in trouble, few can only help you. When you are very deep in trouble, hardly anybody except you can help you. And that is the tale or story or description of every life. Similarly, the micro and macro consciousness, now and the total, I and thou. These are very important to be understood. I am watching these days, mothers are very emotional to deal with their children. They are stupid. The net result will be the children will be destroyed. They will carry their garbage in their personality. And it's being laid out. It is being carved into their brain. They can't keep their own fear and their own insecurity away from their children. Then second I saw, some mothers are so lavish, so loose, giving them what they cannot even handle, because they want to give them everything on a silver platter, on a gold plate. Net result of that will be that these children, when will face the life face to face, shall not be in a position to handle life. They'll expect everything. They will expect everybody to give them things. They think the world owes them anything. They will never know how to earn it. They will desire everything, shall never deserve. You have to deserve before you desire. That's the law of life, which cannot be changed. I can understand that you can afford money and you can give your daughter $200 and she can pack up 10, 11 people, go to restaurant and be there till 11:30 at night. Suppose a tragedy happens and out of all the 11s, nothing comes out back alive. An accident happens. Who's morally and ethically responsible? That mother who gave the money. On one hand you lost the money, on the other hand you lost 11 kids, on the other hand you totaled your car, on all other hands you broke the discipline of the camp. May I know who told you that? What you are trying to gain? What you are trying to achieve? I tell you what you are trying to achieve. You are not sure, you are not secure, and you are buying the affection of your very daughter, ruining her left and right, and giving her all the long rope. And these things are not we should be worried about. These are the things which happens to ruin the future of you in the form of a child. Don't ever give fish to a child and say, teach him how to fish so he can live on it. Teach people how to grow. Teach people how to become people. And best people are your own children. Give them the equity of strength. Give them the credit of the character. Give them the value of the behavior. And give them the beauty of the manners, if you want to call yourself a mother. And if you want to call yourself a father. A stone is a stone. An artist carves it. In carving there is a chisel, there are sparks, there is a hammer. Things are cut, standardized. But from a piece of stone, he carves a very beautiful, authentic, amazing elephant or a horse. That stone is done that way. Children are innocent, they have no fault of theirs. As you carve them, that's what they become. And that's not the ending of it. The whole life they will carry that concept. I have counseled almost over millions of people. I can't even count. 1 million, 10 million, whatever says true. I have found out only one thing. First 7 years, whatever the pattern we have set in that child, that person is unable at the age of 70 to shake it. Damage is not visible, but it is very deep. In the very heart of you, you all know it. Give your children the authenticity and don't give them your neurosis. They are not your puppies. They have to face the life tomorrow by their own right. It's your ethical, moral, personal and spiritual duty to give them that strength. If you are not competent, ask for help. If you do not know how to handle, then please pray and get God's help if nobody in the earth can help you. But just understand, thinking that you know better is so blinding and so unrealistic and so corrupt. It's so egomaniac. It is so cruel. It's so unwanted. If there is a God and He forgives you, I swear there is no God. God which cannot do justice doesn't exist. God gave you a status as a father and a mother. And you brought innocent children on earth. You couldn't raise them. You faltered in your duty. You shall pay for it. There is nothing which can save it. And nothing shall. You blind idiots play this dirty game with your own born. And you play it so darkly that it totally shames any head which has any sense in it. Look to it. How cowardly you are doing it, and how cleverly you think you will not be caught. Don't forget, karma is a karma. Today you can blind the whole world. People will not see in a micro consciousness and macro consciousness, but that product will show up. Every art so produced in the world is judged at one moment or the other. In that judgment, your name shall exist with it. So and so, son of so and so. So and so, daughter of so and so. The only gift you can give your child is keep your life to yourself and give them the chance that they can have their life, and give them the tools they may not look fool in their future life. That's priceless. That's a decor you can do. And that's a life you can live. I was counseling somebody and I had a shock of my life. I told that girl, I said, where do you pick it up? Why you are so quarrelsome? And why in counseling you are quarrelsome to me? I'm counseling you, I'm not ordering you. Professionally, my job is to counsel you. I shall not order you. Yes, as my student I'll order you. That's a teacher and student relationship. I'll command you, I'll demand out of you. But in counseling session, it's my moral, ethical, and personal responsibility. I suggest you. But you're very quarrelsome. She said, I don't know. I put her into a trance. Deep trance. A trance didn't work. I put her in a deep subconscious trance. Didn't work. I totally froze her in her total being into only her memory sector of the brain. And she started saying, I know, that's the only way to do it. I know. That's the only way to do it. I know, that's the only way to do it. I am very good at it. Woke her up. I said, do you know now? She said, yes. I said, what is it? She said, I left my home at 19. I was 19 old, finally I left. 90 years I saw my mother and father fighting on every issue, period. In that house, even this was fought as a war, whether we should have potatoes today or tomatoes today. Even that was fought. And that's the only way I know today. I say, very easy, God bless you, we have come to the nucleus. Now close your eyes again, put her back into air, erase that memory, come out. I say, how you feel? He said, about what? She was so innocent. I said, what day is today? I don't know. Out from a master's, colorful, bitchy, terrible, painful, hurting woman, she becomes so innocent, so calm, so quiet, blew my mind. Now I'm asking you, as a court of the Guru, as a congregation, judge it for yourself, whose fault it is. It is the fault of that person who has suffered all these years, learning to be traumatic and dramatic all the time, argumentative and bitter. Don't you understand? It is the utmost formal and informal duty of every parent to see that the future of the children is built with nothing but one thing: strength, 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 endurance, endurance, endurance. If you give your children endurance, it shall cure everything. Endurance is one thing which is proven factor of health and health, body, spirit, soul, religion, dharma in us, which cures everything. We only falter when our endurance is not with us. Endurance is God. Whether you have faith in God, you have knowledge of God, you have experience of God, you have sight of God, you have miracle of God, you have no God. Still in you now or forever, one thing will play the most vital part is your endurance alone. It is your endurance which tells all your enemies that you have the right to survive. It is your endurance to tell everybody that you are going to. I was deciding a case, situation with my Chancellor, Guru Tirth Singh. And we sat down and I said, what do they want? He said, well, there are two ways to decide it. Give them little money as a nuisance value and get rid of it. That's why we have come out to be. Or we fight it. I said, we'll fight it. We'll endure it. He said, hallelujah, I'll go for it. Even the good Samaritan attorneys we hired, they discussed with Guru Tirth Singh, well, it is not worth fighting now. Case is almost over. Guru Tirth said, no deal, no commitment, no wording. It's a politics. Nobody in the future will ever read that we paid any amount, direct, indirect, under the table, over the table, as a nuisance value, as a great value, nothing. Why? We had a faith that either we are innocent or we are not, but it is our right now to fight it out. We have to endure to cure the ills which are forced on us for nothing. I am asking you, you look around for everything. Some of you want to read the hands. Best palm is in the word I me. Seldom I read the hands. What's the idea of reading hands? When I can see from your arc what it's all about. Astrological chart you make perfect. There's nothing in it. Astrology in the heavens and your natal chart to the trans chart to the cross chart and to the penetrating degree of the star to your degree of the receptivity and your vital projection backward, there's not a one astrologer even who knows what I'm saying. Let me tell you scientifically. Heavens moves and project and reflect and retrograde and advances and are at certain degree. Your own natal chart is exactly doing the same thing. In between there is orbit and axle. In between there is a cross and semi-cross, demi-cross and total cross. In the cross you have to understand the degree. In that degree you have to understand the vitality. In the vitality you have to understand your preservation and your reserve. In that reservation you have to see the projection and the reaction. In that you have to understand the project and time and space and now. In that you can say and conclude. Give me one astrologer who can do it all. Except my teacher who is with God now. That's why whatever astrology says may be right, may not be right. It's a perfect science. It's such a calculated science. There's not a way to get out of it. But it's so huge that you require a lifetime to calculate a day. And once I was sitting in Amritsar and somebody brought me the food. And he said, it's getting late, you should eat. I said, keep it, but you forgot to bring the glass of water. He said, that's true. I said, don't worry, this food is not meant for me. We'll not eat it. He says, you start, I'll bring glass of water. I said, okay, I'll start. And I brought the plate near me. The cat jumped out of the tree, stuck right into the food. That very minute. I said, hey, now you want to eat it or I have to eat it? He said, God, where this cat came? He thought she's a prasad. No, give this cat this food. He said, how you could calculate you are not going to eat it? I knew he believed in astrology because when I used to study, he used to be there all the time, hassling his head. I said, Jupiter in total 30 degree does produce the wisdom and the grace of a guru, but on the other hand, Ketu and Rahu, Durgan tail and Durgan head crossing, at this time are 80 degree young, you cannot eat. No way, Jose. It's not possible. And how can you expect that at Golden Temple, under Baba Buddha Bear, there is a cat? Unbelievable. But there is. And I think it was on the tree, and it jumped, and it did not calculate right, and it was right in that thali. So good, the dal fell over me, and I fell on the dal, and there's nothing we could do. I said, now go and bring couple towels and water so we can clean it out, but let the food be with cat. I broke the bread into little pieces and I gave, and I think cat was very hungry. Normally cats try to eat milk or krap prasad as they are habitual to. But she ate even that bread. But I'm trying to understand, you waste your energy in so many things. Why should not you use that very energy to waste on yourself? Make yourself pure. Give yourself a piety. Give yourself a chance. It won't hurt. You may not like to do today because you are under 40. At certain maturity of life, you'll start feeling empty. You will like to know at that time my macro and my micro consciousness. You will like to have two instruments. There are two powerful things in life. One is lens, one is lever. You like to move things through your subtlety, not through your brute force. A stage will come in your life. That's definite. And you like to see things through your lens now and tomorrow at the same time. You like to be bifocal. And you like to have a pulley lever. One lever is not enough. You can lie, hang, your weight may not carry it. Pulley lever was made only to move things. That sophisticated science is available as a methodology, as a technology in Sikh Dharma. Make things rational, not feisty. Sit with your children, talk to them, make them understand. Don't yell at them, don't scream. Give them education, not lashes. Don't make education as a product of fear and judgment and punishment and tear people apart. Make education as the flow of love, which comes from parents, which comes from teacher, which comes from sangat, which comes from everybody. I wrote my PhD in communication. Poke, provoke, confront, elevate. Last part is most important. You can discuss, you can investigate, poke. Provoke, you can confront it. That's okay. Ask face-to-face question. Put your eyes into the eyes of your child. There's nothing wrong in it. Poke, provoke, confront. Give the equal and opposite better. Confrontation is not yelling and screaming and abusing and creating a hell. It won't work. Confrontation is give them the total other side and then elevate to make them understanding they can rise in absolute love and joy and can trust you. That's the only way to gain trust. I was asked in a business meeting last night a question, why don't you order us, sir, when you order us otherwise? I said, yes, I do order otherwise. When I am a teacher, you are a student. When it's a religious matter, I do order. In business, I am a counselor. I'm expert. I'll only give you opinion. I expect two things. I do tell you openly, the information you are giving me is totally not right. There's a lot of percentage of lies in it, or you are trying to hide something. Number two, when you give me the information and we put it together, we know it cannot work because there's not all things there. There's a lot of gaps. Then we ask you to resubmit your proposal. Then we can't find you for weeks. What's the idea? I said it very clearly. In business, I am not tomorrow. You are my tomorrow. In spirituality, I am your tomorrow. I am your today. I was your yesterday. I admit it. But in business, you are my tomorrow. I am your yesterday. And we have to work it out today. And that change of role to you is very painful. Some do love me as a father. Some do love me for many reasons and many aspects. But just remember, I cannot fit in a role which is not ethical. Because there's a problem between you and me. All in my whole life, I have to be caught once. And all in your life, you have to be caught every time, subject to be forgiven. I have to be caught once. You can forgive me 100 times, but that will not hold good. So I cannot speak or will speak a commotional language. I believe in ID. I want you to believe in ID. Induce and deduce the identity. I mean identity. Induce and deduce, investigate, assess, and process, make the strategy, then proceed. I was shocked last night, I was told that some attorney gave somebody information when you come through customs or immigration, they don't check your passport. Hallelujah. I have never heard it. I'm going to ask my chancellor this question. Where this information can come from? It's impossible. It's unpractical. In custom to check the duty, because you are allowed only in certain terms, certain concession of $400, they do tax you when you went out, when you came in, and they do see the stamp in your passport, whether what you're saying is right or wrong. If they find out that the passport is wrong, they will totally rip you up, they will open up your luggage, and they will find something else. They are not worried what you are saying, because they say, you said I never went out of the country more than once, and they find it out, you have gone 4 times, they do take. In immigration, at certain area, just to make it facilitate, they say, you as citizen this way, please. You have to hold your passport in your hand to pass that man. These are the systems. And if law-helping person can give information that to you, if a man comes from abroad, not Mexico, abroad, they don't check a passport, what a knowledgeable attorney that may be. Blew my mind. Please understand, every information by itself should be identified. An ID, identity means induce, deduce, assess, process, strategize, confirm, and then act. That is the Sikh way. So that you may not look foolish. Takes your time. One slip can eclipse you. There's no idea to do acts. And moreover, in this body, where we are sitting under the lotus feet of the Guru's court, we have a chancellor, which is a very qualified attorney, very humanistic. There's a economic council, there's a economic strategy council, there's a strategy finance, there's everything is there. All their job is to get the information, process it, and come to the best information. Some people are so afraid they don't want to talk. If you cannot talk to your own, then you have to talk to your enemies. Nobody can protect you. Where do you learn it though? This hide and seek, where do you learn? This cat and rat game, where do you learn? You must have learned somewhere. Please understand, behind this sofa, you cannot hide for 10 years. And kitchen closet doesn't have food forever. And by being angry and driving a car and making an accident does not solve the problem at home. Irrational actions and irrational reactions are individuals' responsibility, for which you pay 100 times more than otherwise. The idea of life is, against all irrational, be rational. Against all provocation, be calm. Against all insufficiency and deficiency, be excellent. This is the avenue which Guru teaches us. We are Sikhs, we are students, and our dharma is a school. If we only become B+ student, we can save a lot of tragedies. Try to understand. Asa Vanjavan Jaryo. Vanj means business. There is a little booklet. Mahan Singh printed it, which we distributed. How many lines have been said about business in Sri Guru Granth? Idea was to make you understand that businessmen are not exempt. They have certain technology and code to follow to be successful. My dear folks, you are sitting in the court of the house of the Guru. Just remember, there is no substitute for victory. And victory is not for others. Victory is not over others. Victory is not for any material thing, spiritual thing or personal thing. Victory is that you succeeded in victoriously using your consciousness to all unconscious, semi-conscious, subconscious, unconscious stuff. And that is religion. Rest is bugacity, a lie, hypocrisy, thievery, cheating, conman, charlatan. Call it any other word dictionary which I don't know. And that's why we are grateful to Guru Nanak. He gave us the path, and Guru Gobind Singh, the father of this dharma, completed it and created a blend of a soldier and a saint. Think like a saint, act like a soldier, with grace, with dignity, with qualification. It's a very funny thing. I tell you my personal experience. One of my friends called me, very painful, crying on the phone, many miles away. I said, you? What went wrong with you? He's rich. He's authority. He knows everybody. Whole thing I understand. He's loaded. And I told him, what wrong can be with you? And you happen to call. He said, no, Yogi ji, please, Sri Singh Sahib, I am calling to you as a friend. I said, well, what a friend can do. But I'm shocked and surprised. You happen to call me. Can I do something for you? He said, nothing. It's a matter of counseling. Can you advise me? I said, what is your problem? He said, there's no problem. I do not know what is the problem. I said, wait a minute. You tell entire industry, whole world, politicians, people of merits and demerits, professionally you tell everybody what to do. Now tell yourself. He said, the tragedy is, at the moment of my life, I've reached a crossroad. I can't tell myself what to do. I'm stuck. And I know I couldn't get you. I'm calling you for 3 days. I'm trying on this phone. I couldn't reach you. I said, doesn't matter. If you want to reach God, it takes longer time than God's man, no problem. Taking you 3 hours, 3 days, doesn't matter, it's good. Now tell me what's your problem. He said, please tell me what is my problem. I said, wait a minute. How many years later we are on communication with each other? He said, about 12. I said, what do I know what's your problem? He said, you know. I said, tell me what you feel. What's your understanding is? He said, I'm stuck. I do not know what to say to myself anymore. I am bored, I'm dissatisfied, I'm going to go crazy. I said, you want to do something? He said, yes. You want to get out of this? He said, sure. I said, it's a very simple thing. You have a deep tub in your house? He said, yes. I said, go in there and start taking bath and stay there for 3 days and night. If it's cold, put the hot water. If it's hot, put cold water. And don't come out of that deep tub in your house for 72 hours. 72 hours, people walked past. The man was perfectly healthy, called me to thank me. I said, what happened? He said, feel good. But tell me what that tub can do. The tub was in my house for so many years. I take bath in it every day. I said, do you read Japji? Every day, he said. I'm very religious. I'm better sick than anybody. Bah, bah, bah. I said, don't yell at me. Did you read that last slok? Pavan Guru, Pani Pita. Water is Father. So what you did is you put yourself 72 hours in the lap of the Father. And anybody on this earth can stay in water for 3 days or 72 hours, doesn't need a yogi. Enjoy your life. Have fun. What is there? It created endurance. Do you know how difficult it is to stay in a water tub for 3 days? And if a person can do it for 72 hours, that person can do everything. The endurance which you need in your life to be successful is in you. It's not going to come out. It doesn't come from outside. Simply, Guru Shabdiye man hodiye. The mind runs away, and with Guru's word, hold it. You know, the Persian well, which brings water out, and the parts which bring the water out, we call them tinda. So some wells are very deep. They have 100 parts filled with water when they want to stop that well. There's a one little hook, they call it kutta, dog. Why they call it dog? When the Persian well runs, it's a tick, 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 tick on each teeth. It creates a sound. So it barks. So they call it kutta. Kutta barks, your dog barks, everybody knows. But when you leave the Persian well to itself, that dog with his teeth put a bite into that one cut of that gear lever. Stops the whole weight. It's a very humble thing. Otherwise, you require 10 men or 2 bullocks to hold it if you want to hold it. And it's automatic. When it is positive, it reminds you, you are working okay. It tells the bullocks something is happening, the sound keeps them going. It's fantastic. But when it stops the whole thing. It takes the entire burden. There is a reserve power in it. It's a little thing. And it is always with a little wheel. That little wheel, from that zero wheel, axle, makes the turning possible to a greater, bigger wheel. And that greater, bigger wheel makes a huge wheel to run so that water can come reasonably fast within the balance of the weight. It's a very absolutely engineering feat if you want to see how the Persian well was made by man. How depth is the water, that should be the strength of the older wheel, and that should be the strength of the second wheel. And it's a very classical thing to examine. But that little thing, in regular language, not in a slang language we call it a kutta, but in a regular language we call it a hoda. Hodlo, bhai. Hodlo means stop it, break it, be it. And that is the line Guru uses, Gur Shabdi e man hodiye. Guru says, with Guru's words, when the mind goes astray and unbalanced and far away, fray away from reality, doesn't serve you, hold it with Guru's words. In certain things, you'll find sometime that action which I take. When you ask question, I close my eyes. All I do is do a little prayer, hold myself to penetrate into the psyche of the answer, so it should be correct. There is no power on the earth for a living human being but his own technique and his own prayer, his own dharma, his own faith in the words of the higher one. God has not given us the word. God has given us the prana, the life. Guru has given us the word. Our communication on this earth, folks, is based on communication. Between ourselves, between our loved one, between our elder one, younger one, between ourselves and our enemies, between ourselves and our calamities and adversities. There's only one weapon which works, that is called negotiation. Negotiation, negotiation. We fought a worst world war and we got killed in millions, and we end up on a negotiation table creating a League of Nations. We created a Second World War, we end up on a negotiation table, we created a United Nation. But life is not what you are, life is what you negotiate. And if the negotiation, the word is, have your mind behind it, there shall be no other way but your victory. That's why Gur Shabdi Eman Hodiye. Hold the mind with Guru's words, so that it can proficiently, professionally act your totality into the reaction which can cause you trouble, and straighten it out so that you can have a very elaborate, authentic totality and bring reality home. It's a practical religion of people who believe in success and successfully want to serve others and successfully give their children a future. Successfully they want to create everything. Success is success. Fateh. The word success in our language is Fateh. You must understand, Fateh is a dominant thing in the word. It is attractive. It is romantic. It is clear, it is conscious. Doesn't matter, I'm going to complete it anyway. You can cuff me to death, still I'll do what I'm born to do. Fateh is a word that means victory, success, excellence, resultant. Fateh comes from where? It comes from purity. Khalsa means pure. It comes from purity and piety. That's where Fateh comes. Fateh's root is purity. Its power, its frequency is piety. Habitual purity is called piety. You understand? For victory, for excellence and for success, you have to come out from purity and piety. And purity and piety is like milk. Dudh budh phirde hain, der nahi lagdi. Milk can be split with one drop of citrus, and man can be split by one drop of a thought. So you ever think you are pure forever, you are ridiculously, neurotically told, and you are totally intelligent fool, and you are idiot in your whole life. Nobody is a constitutive perpetually wise. You can just split with one thought, like a ton of milk can split with one drop of citrus. It is true. So, how to keep it? How to keep the scene together? We harmonize the milk and we put in a refrigerator and a container, and we don't let it touch by anything which is citrus, or jamun we call it, sour. You do that? Simply you have to keep your identity that way. And when your identity is back and forth, and you do not know what it is, Gur Shabdi Eman Hodiye. At that time, forget what you are saying or doing. Hold yourself to the Guru's word. It will give you purity. A moment of purity will bring your total habit of piety through you, and you shall succeed and you shall excel. This is the most simple but highly technical, dominant power to succeed in life. And then you will earn the right to utter Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. It doesn't matter to which religion you are, or whether you are long hair or short hair, whether you are walk naked or you are a corrupt, whether you are a pursuer of the highest degree of God or you are a prostitute. It doesn't make any difference in the eyes of God. So long you are the creative child of God, you have the right to succeed. Don't punish the child here. Very affectionately carry him gracefully outside and comfort him. It's not a judgment for individuals to individual. It's the quote of the Guru. And understand life. You have to excel in life. You have to succeed in life. All your life you can counsel, you will never ever get rid of your neurosis. I can bet with you. Why? I have found it out. 1,000 thought per wink of the eye, the Shastra gives you. Now calculate it. Out of that, maybe one thought become your feeling. One. But those other millions will be there in your subconscious. Out of thousands of emotions, feelings, one will become your emotions. Out of hundreds of your emotions and feelings, one will become desire. Out of thousands or hundreds of your desires, you may complete one. You follow? For that one complete, competent thing, you become specialist in eye surgery. That whole thing in your whole life you achieved. You have 2,500,000 million incomplete things. You carry a heavy unload of unsuccessful surrounding and characteristics and powerful things around you. Please understand, don't feel freaked out and guilty. It is the way the word is. That's why if you take the moment of purity through the Guru's words with you to bring your piety around, success shall be yours. I have said it enough and I have worked it out, and I am grateful to Guru and God to give me a throat to talk to you. But it is not there in full working capacity, neither it has the curiosity to speak. So my throat has gone on leave voluntarily. But after all, throat doesn't fill the stomach, it is a way to it. And stomach has to be grunty the future because nobody wants to be hungry. That's why I'm grateful to God and Guru to bring me the strength that I could talk to you. I hope my few words said as individual will not offend you, but it will bring you the consciousness to make up and map up a identical situation in your life through which you can think right and work out right. With this, there is no other way but success shall not be you. I tell you, you can fool once, you can fool twice, third time, you have no right to fool. Because everybody will know and confirm to know you don't have the tools. And that's a very dirty way to live. It's ugly, it is dirty, it's inhuman, and it is totally painful. You cause pain to those who love you, you cause pain to those who know you, you cause pain to those who trust you, you cause pain to those who believe you, you cause pain to those who believe you and deal with you. Please must understand, everybody can be caught on third time. So have a conscious way of life and live a conscious way of life and have a success so you can have your own life by your own right, by your own grace, and you can live by it. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. It's hard to believe that the summer is almost over. Every year when you live in Espanola, there's a great surge of energy when everyone comes for solstice, and everything is very busy, very full, and the 6 or 7 weeks seems to go by in a few days. And we're now at our last Gurdwara of women's training camp. And for the community here, when everyone leaves at the end of July, it's a different perspective. It's quieter. We go back to our resources of our community and setting goals for the next year. And our major goal for the coming year is to continue working on our building projects, to continue working on creating this international home for the Dharma, for the Khalsa, that includes all the facilities that that home needs to include, so that we can serve that role as the mother community, and that each summer that goes by will be fuller and more fulfilling because of what's here and what's been created here. And we've joined together several times in one of the activities to achieve that, which is fundraising. We've been very generous and we've given. I wanted to give one last opportunity and one last talk in case some people had not been here all summer and wanted to be involved in helping with the projects, in helping to create these facilities that will come after the Gurdwara, the langar halls, guest houses, galleries, and museum the Sri Singh Sahib talked about. And for those who have given, if you can look toward this whole coming year and perhaps make a pledge that you can fulfill during that year that will help us keep up with the building activities and fulfill those plans that we're making. So I'm going to just walk through and ask anyone who can give a donation, write a check now for the building projects here to do that. If anyone would like to make a pledge that can be fulfilled whenever you're capable of doing that, I've got some pens and paper with me. We're very grateful for the chance to be on this end of the process, building and planning. That's really the fun part. We do need your help, so anyone who can now contribute, that help will be much appreciated. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Many speak of courage, speaking cannot give it. In the face of death that we must live in, when things are down and darkest, that's when we stand tallest. Till the last star falls, we won't give any jet on. Stand as a Khalsa, strong as steel, steady stone. Give our lives to God in good mind and soul, breath and bone. Guru Arjan gave his life to stand for what was right. And he was burned and tortured 5 long days and nights. He could have stopped it any time just by giving in. His strength a solid wall. He never gave any jet on. Sons of the Khalsa, remember those who died, stood their ground until their last breath. We who live now might live free lives. Princess is side. But if a family's home is a non-good sign, she'll walk with such a grace and strength, the world will bow in awe. Till the mountains fall, she'll never give an inch at all. Daughters of the Khalsa, in your strength our future lies. Give our children fearless minds to see the world of the Guru's eyes. Baisakhi Day we were thousands, but only 5 had the courage for dying. Then one brave man, one flashing sword, turned us all to lions. And now we live his legacy, to die before we fall. Like the 5 who answered his call, we can't turn back at all. Stand as the Khalsa, strong as steel, steady as stone. Give our lives to God and good, mind and soul, breath and bone. 10th Guru gave even his son to give the Khalsa life, and his words stand like mountains against the winds of time. That Khalsa will rule the world, and all will be safe in his fold. But if the Khalsa falls, there won't be a world at all. Stand as the Khalsa, strong as steel, steady as stone. Give our lives to God and good, mind and soul. Of courage, speaking cannot give it. In the face of death, that we must live it. When things are down and darkest, that's when we stand tallest. Till the last star falls, we won't give an inch at all. Stand as the Khalsa, strong as steel, steady as stone. Give our lives to God and good, mind and soul, breath and bone. Sons of the Khalsa, remember those who died, stood their grounds until their last breath. So we who live now, mighty daughters of the Khalsa, in your strength our future lies. Give our children fearless minds to see the world through the Guru's eyes. And as the Khalsa, strong as steel, steady as stone, give our lives to God and good, mind and soul, breath and bone. Stand as the Khalsa, stand as the Khalsa, stand as the Khalsa, strong as steel, steady as stone. Give our lives to God and good, mind and soul, breath and bone. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
कली महला तीजा आनंद एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद ਆਨੰਦ ਪਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਾਏ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਤਾਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਸਹਿਜ ਸੇਤੀ ਮਨ ਵਜਿਆ ਵਤਾਇਆ ਰਾਗ ਰਤਨ ਪਰਵਾਰ ਪਰਿਆ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗਾਵਨ ਆਇਆ ਸ਼ਬਦੋਂ ਤੇ ਗਾਵੋ ਹਰਿ ਕੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਜਨੀ ਵਸਾਇਆ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਆਨੰਦ ਹੋਆ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਏ ਮਨ ਮੇਰਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਸਦਾ ਰਹੋ ਹਰ ਨਾਲੇ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਰਹੋ ਤੂੰ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਸਭ ਵਿਸਾਰਨਾ ਅੰਗੀਕਾਰ ਹੋ ਕਰੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਾਰਜ ਸਭ ਸਵਾਰਨਾ ਸਭਨਾ ਗਲਾਂ ਸਮਰਤ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਸੋ ਕਿਉ ਮਨੋ ਵਿਸਾਰੇ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਰਹੋ ਹਰ ਨਾਲੇ ਸਾਚੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਾ ਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਰਤਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਸਭ ਕਿਛ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਸੋ ਪਾਵੇ ਸਦਾ ਸਿਵਤ ਸਲਾਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਨਾਮ ਮਨ ਵਸਾਵੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਨ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਵਸਿਆ ਵਾਜੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਖਨੇਰੇ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਨ ਭੁੱਖਾਂ ਸਭ ਗਵਾਇਆ ਕਰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸੁਖ ਮਨ ਆਏ ਵਸਿਆ ਜਿਨ ਇੱਛਾ ਸਭ ਪੁਜਾਇਆ ਸਦਾ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗੁਰ ਵਿਟੋ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਵਡਿਆਇਆ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਨੋ ਸੰਤੋ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨੋ ਪਿਆਰੋ ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ ਵਾਜੇ ਪੰਜ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਰ ਸੁਭਾਗੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵਾਜੇ ਕਲਾ ਚਿਤ ਕਰ ਤਾਰਿਆ ਕੰਚ ਦੂਤ ਤੁਧ ਵਾਸ ਕੀਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕੰਟਕ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਦੁਰ ਕਰਮ ਪਾਇਆ ਦੁਰ ਜਿਨ ਕੋ ਸੈਨਾ ਮਹਰ ਕੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੈ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਆ ਤਿਤ ਕਰ ਅਨਹਦ ਵਾਜੇ ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਪਵਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਨੀ ਪਿਤਾ ਮਾਤਾ ਧਰਤ ਮਹਤ ਦਿਵਸ ਰਾਤ ਦੋਇ ਦਾਈ ਦਾਇਆ ਖੇਲੇ ਸਗਲ ਜਗਤ ਚੰਗਿਆਇਆ ਬੁਰਿਆਇਆ ਵਾਚੇ ਧਰਮ ਹਦੂਰ ਕਰਮੀ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਕੇ ਦੂਰ ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਇਆ ਕੇ ਮਸਕਤ ਕਾਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਇਆ ਕੇ ਮਸਕਤ ਕਾਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਤੂੰ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਤੂੰ
तुमरे गाता मित तुम ही जानी नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी अरदास एक ओंकार श्री वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। श्री भगवती जी सहाय वाह श्री भगवती जी की पातशाही दसवीं प्रीतम भगवती सिमर कै गुरु नानक लैते आए फिर अंगित गुरु ते अमरदास रामदास होए साय हर जन हर गोबिंद नो सिमरो श्री हर राय श्री हर कृष्ण ते आए जिस देते सब दुख जाए तेग बहादुर सिमरे कर नौने ते आवे ताए सब ताए होए सहाय सब ताए होना जी सहाय। Great, great is Guru Gobind Singh, protector of our faith, master of unity, father of Khalsa. May he protect us everywhere. the light of all our 10 Gurus, our living Guru, the Word of God and truth of all truths, Sri Guru Granth Sahib, by meditating on its words and carrying its wisdom within your own being, all your sufferings, all your shortcomings shall vanish into this knowledge of Vaheguru. Meditate Khalsa Ji Bolo Ji Satnam. The 4 sons of Guru Gobind Singh, the Panch Pyare, the 40 Muktyas, the 4 holy Takhats, all places of Guru Granth Sahib. Meditate on the safety and the sanctity of all these places. Khalsa Ji Bolo Ji Satnam. All those who are true to our Guru, who meditated on the Nam in the Amrit Vela, who shared their earnings by giving dasvant, who sacrificed for righteousness, who especially saw their own shortcomings but chose to overlook and only see their Khalsa nature, meditate on their deeds. Khalsa Ji Bolo Ji Satnam. Now Khalsa, reflect on all those who have gone before us and even today who are given their lives at the hand of ignorance, who are giving their lives, their loved ones, their comfort, so that the values of Khalsa may live throughout this world, that we may truly raise the banner of Guru Nanak through Guru Gobind Singh to all 4 corners, that consciousness and that Khalsa purity might prevail. Meditate on their resignation to God's will and find your own strength. Khalsa Ji Bolo Ji Satnam. Bless our devotees to ever live in the righteousness of true disciples. Give us the life of the living principle of our Guru Sadhana. Grant us the insight, the trust and blessing of all blessings to chant Vaheguru upon our every breath. And may all Khalsa be blessed one day very, very soon to walk the path unto Harimandir Sahib in full safety. May all flags of Khalsa, seats of religious authority, forts, houses, ashrams, gurdwaras, and especially our enterprises prosper throughout this time, that we might establish Rajyog, Takati and Guru Ram Das. Now let the whole Khalsa unite in prayer. Let the first prayer of Khalsa be Vaheguru, Vaheguru. As we utter Vaheguru, so may we understand all the blessings that we receive with each and every breath. May God's grace and God's protection extend to all bodies of this holy Khalsa family throughout this entire world, especially in Punjab today. May the Lord's glory be fulfilled and the Lord's will find prevailment. May we receive victory from the sword of righteousness and the charity of our brotherhood. May the holy sword of God, the sword of righteousness, stand by us in our every thought, word, and deed. And through Kundalini Yoga, may we find the fearlessness to use this sword. May Khalsa find unity and prevail. May the choirs of devotees, our banners and mansions abide forever and ever. May the realm of justice come. May all Khalsa find unity through our heart, through love. May Khalsa be humble, yet our wisdom only be exalted in keeping you, O Lord. Khalsa Ji Bolo Ji Satnam. O Sache Patishai, O beloved Father, as we stand before you here this morning, we've offered ourselves, we've offered our heads once again at your feet, that we may only live from our heart center, that we may come together to sing your sweet hymns, to come together in the company of the Sad Sangat, to hear the Hukamnama, that we may for always and ever direct our every action, our every thought, our every deed of this day. Save us, O Lord, from the 5 obstacles to higher consciousness of lust, anger, greed, pride, and attachment, and may all this energy be redirected by doing seva at your lotus feet. Grant to thy devotees the gift of this dharma, of your name, of faith, of confidence, and of total and complete understanding of your holy Nityanam Banis. O kind Father, O loving Father, as we enjoy this gift of peace in America today, we pray with all our hearts. We take 1 minute to be quiet for all those who have gone before us, who have given their lives. At this time, we ask for the gift of peace to all pranis, to all beings throughout this entire planet. Give us light, give us understanding, so that all our deeds, all our thoughts, all our actions may be right according to your higher will of consciousness. We offer this prayer in thy presence, O Lord, to give our guide, Siri Singh Sahib, Bhai Sahib, Harbhajan Singh Khalsa Yogi Ji, who so fearlessly travels this world to reach people whose hearts are open to hear and receive the message of Guru Nanak through Guru Gobind Singh. May we all stand together, may we be united. May we find the unity and the strength that victory will come to the pure ones. Forgive us our shortcomings. Help us that we may always and ever only live in our Khalsa identity. Bless this Kara Prasad which was placed before you, that all the Sangat that partakes of it may understand that the only sustenance comes by coming together at your holy feet. Please bless Harbhajan Kaur on her birthday today, that she may be forever and always live as an inspiration to all who she meets, all who come in contact with her. May Guru Tirad Kaur Khalsa be blessed with healing energy at this time, and may Dr. Dharma Singh be blessed with his new job. Let us be in the company of only men, women, and children of love, that we may forever and always remember your name in their presence. Guru Nanak Naam, Charidi Kala, Teri Bani Sarbata Bala. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Agya Peyam. Guru Granth Ji Manyo Pragat Guran Ki De, Jo Prabh Ko Mil Boj Hai, Ko Shabad Mil De, Raj Kare Ka Khalsa, Ki Rahe Na Koi, Khwaro Shab Milenge, Bach Sharan Jo Hoye, Raj Kare Ka Khalsa, Ki Rahe Na Koi, Khwaro Shab Milenge, Bach Sharan Jo Hoye. Bole Sanihao Sa Surya Kala Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Gure Namah, Jugad Gure Namah, Satgure Namah, Sri Guru Deve Namah, Ad Gure Namah, Jugad Gure Namah, Satgure Namah, Sri Guru Deve Namah, Ad Gure Namah, Jugad Gure Namah, Satgure Namah, Sri Guru Deve Namah, Ad Gure Namah, Jugad Gure Namah, Satgure Namah, Sri Guru Deve Namah. Satnam Sri Vaheguru Sahib Jiyo, Gujri Mahela Chotha, Jin Satgur Purkh, Jin Har Prabh Paya, Moko Kar Upadesh Har Meet Lagava, Man Tan Seetal Sab Hariya Hoa, Vad Pagi Har Naam Thiyava, Jin Satgur Purkh, Jin Har Prabh Paya, Moko Kar Upadesh Har Meet Lagava, Man Tan Seetal Sab Hariya Hoa, Vad Pagi Har Naam Thiyava. Pai re moko koi aaye mile har naam dudrava, mere pritam prana man tan sab deva, mere har prabh ki har katha sunava, rahao Tiraj Dharam Gurmat Har Paya, Nit Har Naam Har Syo Chitlava, Amrit Bachan Satgur Ki Bani, जो बोले सो मुख अमृत पावे निर्मल नाम जित मेल ना लागे गुरमत नाम जपै लिव लावे नाम पदार्थ जिन नर नहीं पाया से भागहीन मोए मर जावे अनिद मूल जग जीवन दाता सब जन को अनद करो हर त्यावे तू दाता जी सब तेरे जन नानक गुरमुख बख्श मिलावे आनंद मूल जग जीवन दाता सब जन को अनद करो हर त्यावे तू दाता जी सब तेरे जन नानक गुरमुख बख्श मिलावे वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह
Gujri, fourth channel of the Guru's Bani. He who ever through the divine true Guru has obtained the Lord God, has made God dear unto me by his instruction. He who ever through the divine true Guru has obtained the Lord God, has made God dear unto me by his instruction. My soul and body are all cooled and revedured, and by the greatest good fortune I meditate on God's name. O my brother, let someone who may implant God's name in me come and meet me. My life, soul, and body, all I give to my beloved, who narrates to me the divine discourse of my Lord God. Pause. From the Guru's instruction I have obtained fortitude, faith, and God. The Guru ever keeps my mind attached to God's name and God. Ambrosial words are the hymns of the true Guru, and the nectar trickles into the mouth of him who utters them. Immaculate is God's name, to which filth attaches not. Through Guru's instruction, he repeats it with love. The man who has not received the wealth of God's name, he is unfortunate and dies again and again. God the bestower is the source of joy and the life of the world. He makes happy all the men who meditate on him. You are the giver, all the beings are thine. Says slave Nanak, you pardon the pious persons and blend them with yourself. God the bestower is the source of joy and the life of the world. He makes happy all the men who meditate on him. You are the giver, all the beings are thine. Says slave Nanak, you pardon the pious persons and you blend them with yourself. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Guru Maya. I'm gonna wait till the morning comes. Rise up before the sun. Get my body out of this sleep so that me and my soul can meet. Doing sadhana. Doing sadhana. I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day. I love to do my sadhana. For me, this is the way I pray. I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day. I love to do my sadhana. For me, this is the only way. Gonna take a cold, cold shower. Massage my body real good. Clean myself in this very special way so that I may do sadhana. Do sadhana. I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day. I love to do my sadhana. For me, this is the only way. Said I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day. Said I love to do my sadhana. For me, this is the way I pray. I have a special love for Japji. It protects me throughout the day. And even if I didn't know how to pray, Japji lets my mind meditate, doing sadhana, doing sadhana. I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day. Said I love to do my sadhana. For me, this is the only way. Said I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day. Said I love to do my sadhana. For me, this is the way I pray. Said I love to do my sadhana. I love to do it every day.
Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Dhanna Siri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Dhanna Siri Guru